Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review of Uncharted 2022. This is the adaptation of the video games into film. This movie was released in January, but it is now available to watch on VOD, so I was able to take a look. So here's the review. The movie is rated PG-13 with a runtime of an hour and 56 minutes. As of recording, we have and critics Rotten Tomato score of 40% and an audience score of 90%. I don't think it's as bad as 40% as the critics say, but it's definitely not 90% good. We'll get into some of that in a minute. This movie is directed by Ruben Fleischer, who is also the director of movies like Zombieland, Venom, the first one only, and it's written by Raph Judkins, Art Markham, and Matt Holloway. Um, so in this movie, we meet street smart thief Nathan Drake, portrayed by Tom Holland, who is recruited by seasoned treasure hunter Victor Sully Sullivan, portrayed by Mark Wahlberg, to recover a fortune lost by Ferdinand Magellan 500 years ago. What starts as a heist job for the duo becomes a globe-trotting white knuckle race to reach the prize before the ruthless Moncada, who believes he and his family are the rightful heirs. If Nate and Sully can decipher the clues and solve one of the world's oldest mysteries, they stand to find $5 billion in treasure and perhaps even Nate's long lost brother, but only if they can learn to work together. Um, I know the pitch sounds pretty good. I think the story is a little bit more convoluted than that. Let's take a list of the cast, and then I'll actually get into the review. So first we have, as I mentioned, Tom Holland portraying the titular Nathan Drake. I know a lot of people like I've never really played the games and gotten into the games, so but I do know that Nathan Drake is it's a he just a bit of an older character, I think. Now I don't know if this movie's supposed to be playing along with the games or not, but it is a little weird to see Tom Holland, who just looks very young, and the fact that Mark Wahlberg keeps calling him kid throughout the whole film doesn't really help the issues. Then we have Mark Wahlberg as Sully, Sophia Ali as Chloe Fraser, who's also a kind of romantic interest slash competitor for Nathan Drake. So this goes back to the whole age thing. I wasn't sure who when they introduced Sophia as Chloe's character. Um, I wasn't sure who she was supposed to be an interest, like romantic interest for either, like either Wahlberg or Holland, because like I said, Holland feels too young, and Hollywood does this thing where they take a very young actress and sometimes pair them up with an older actor. So it was kind of confusing. Then we have some of the antagonists. Tati Gabrielle portrays Braddock, and Antonio Banderas, Santiago Moncada. I was glad to see Antonio Banderas in this film. I haven't seen him in a little while, and I think he just plays he's really good at playing this over the top villain. But there's some kind of twist and turns there. I won't go into too many spoilers because I don't think it's necessary. I will say there's a few things that I liked about the film, but first let me get out some of the issues that I had with it, and that'll kind of set the tone for the rest of the video. I think the story is very convoluted. There's just betrayals upon betrayals. There's twists and turns. Um, Also, the mystery is not very interesting because it doesn't feel like it's difficult or there's any challenge for our protagonist, which is kind of weird. Like in movies like like something like this. Now I'm gonna compare this to National Treasure. Like I feel like there's some stakes. I feel like there's some difficulties. In this one, like it all feels like they're so capable and just so good at everything they're doing that it doesn't even feel like a challenge. Also, as much as they want Nathan Drake and then this character of Sully to work together, they don't really have them work together too much for a long time in the film, which is weird. Like they kind of get separated for a long time in this big tangential trip that they take that I feel like it didn't add much to the film other than the next destination of where to go. Um I think those are overall. It just the story doesn't seem like it very went well together. And when you have multiple writers, I think that's something that can happen where the story feels a little disconnected. Now, all that being said, I think overall the movie's it's a good time. It's a little bit longer than it should be, I think, but other than that, the action scenes are amazing. The movie looks great. Like just overall, the shots look great. The action looks fantastic. There's a little bit of CGI that even I noticed, and normally that's some of the stuff that I don't notice throughout the movies. Um, but yeah, if you want to just have a good time, um, go ahead and check this movie out. I can't tell you how it feels compared to the games. Like as far as if you're a fan of the games, I don't know if you will enjoy this. I know that the characters, just from doing research for the video, the characters don't really mirror the characters from the game. They take a few aspects of them, but overall, they feel a little bit different. Sully's younger than he's in most of the games. Nathan Drake, like I said, he feels younger. So maybe this is something that happened prior to all those games. They don't really expand much on the relationship between Nate and his brother, other than at the beginning we have a scene where they were younger. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think if you can watch this on streaming or something, I think it'll be a fun time if you can watch it with some friends. There is a cameo from the games that even though I didn't know who it was right away, I definitely knew it was a cameo. Like it felt like a cameo just from the dialogue. Um, so I mean that was kind of cool once I researched who it was. There are a couple end credit scene that we're looking to set up more of this universe, but yeah, overall, this is not something I would put at the top of my queue. It's not super bad. It's not. I would say it's better than Morbius. So from Sony, I think that's saying something. But yeah, overall, um, I enjoyed a little bit of this. I think it's fun for a first watch, but I don't know that it hooked me into the to the franchise for Uncharted. I've seen some cutscenes from the games, and I think those look cool, and they look just as good, if not better, than some of the stuff that could have been done in this film. So yeah, I don't know. You guys make your own choice, but overall, like I said, if you can find this on streaming later, I think it'll be a fun time if you can watch it with some people, some friends, or if you're a big, long time fan of the franchise. But if you're new coming in, like I was, it just feels like another, like a, it feels like an attempt to do something like Indiana Jones or something like that that didn't really quite hit the mark. So yeah, there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more trailer reactions, TV recaps, comic reviews, movie reviews, all that good stuff. Come back, check out our live episodes. We have a lot of fun with those upcoming. We're gonna talk about The Batman now that it's playing on HBO Max. So yeah, and as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.